Hey everybody, welcome to Primal Sear with Rubs and Suds. It is Tacos El Pastor with Mexican street corn. I have a special guest coming over. We're going to enjoy some tacos and beer, so check it out. Hey everybody, this is the day before. I'm making the marinade before the grill tomorrow. I've got all the ingredients here to make the marinade. I did want to go over the chilies real quick. I got 4 guajillo chilies here, 3 ancho chilies, and some chipotles and adobo here. And then I have some achiote paste, I think that's how you pronounce it. But the first thing I got to do is clean these chilies. So let me clean these chilies and then we'll get them in the boiling water and then we'll blend it up and have a marinade here in just a moment. All right, I'm back. I got the chilies cleaned. You can see I got them opened up, got all the seeds out of them, got the stems cut off, got them washed up. Next thing is to bring them to a boil. So I'm going to put them in this pot with water. I'm going to put it on the stove. I'm also going to add the onion, the garlic, and the chilies and try to get them all submerged in that water. And then bring it to a boil. After it comes to a boil, turn it off, cover it, and let it set for about 10 minutes to rehydrate these chilies. All right, we'll see you here in a few minutes. All right, I'm back. Oh, got the chilies boiled and set for 10 minutes. We're gonna get ready to throw that into the blender. Enjoy a little Sonder Kolsch tonight. So let's put this in there. Remember, I had a half an onion and 3 cloves of garlic out there. And again, I had 4 guajillo chilies, 3 ancho chilies, and then we got 2 to 3 chipotle chilies and adobo right here that we're going to put in the blender as well. So what did I do with my spoon? Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so we're going to put these into the blender. You can see how red that water is from those chilies. Okay, I'm going to move this and get it out of the way. A little sip of beer. Okay, so now that I got the chilies in there, the onion, the garlic, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup pineapple juice. A half a cup of cider vinegar. 1 tablespoon of pepper. 1 tablespoon of salt. See if I can get all of it in there. There we go. 1 tablespoon of cumin. 1 tablespoon of dried oregano. Again, the chipotle peppers. Come here, there we go, get it in there. And then this is the achiote paste. It comes in like a block form. This is about 2 to 3 tablespoons, or about a half, maybe a little over half of the block. We're gonna put that in there as well. That's gonna give it that really deep red color. All right, and oh, I almost forgot. 3 cloves, 3 little pieces of clove here. It goes in there as well. All right, and then now listen to some elevator music while I blend this. Checking to make sure there's no thick chunks of anything. I think it's all blended, but I'm going to give it another couple seconds here just to make sure. All right, look how red that is. Pour that here. Want to get all that out if you can. Oh, that smells so good. All right, next thing is I'm going to let it cool for a little bit. Don't want to put a hot marinade on the meat, so I'm going to let this cool, and then I'm going to bring the pork in out of the refrigerator, and then we'll marinate it, and then we'll marinate it overnight, and we'll cook it tomorrow for El Pastor tacos. See you in a few minutes. I did taste it. It tastes wonderful. It's got some heat to it. It's got enough salt in it too. I will say this, it had a little bit of bits in it from the chili, so I did go ahead and strain it. So if you ever do make the recipe and it got kind of that little bit of some bits in there and stuff like that from the chilies, go ahead and strain it. I don't know if the blender just didn't was working good enough to really chop up those fine bits or not. But anyway, we're here, we've got it. I bought 2 small pork shoulders, boneless. It was a little bit more difficult for me to cut the 1/4 inch, but we got some pieces here, and I'm gonna start getting them marinated. We're gonna marinate this overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna cook it. So basically, I put some marinade in the bottom of this bowl already, and we're just gonna start putting the slices in and getting all these marinated so we can put it on the rack tomorrow and have us some Al Pastor tacos. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this all marinated. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna put some saran wrap over the top, plastic wrap, and then I am going to put a little weight on top of it too, and then put it in the refrigerator for overnight. So see you tomorrow. All right, back on day 2. Got the marinated meat marinated overnight. Gonna put it on this little rack here. Got the pineapple cut, put a pretty good chunk on the bottom of it. I want all those pineapple juices kind of mixed with the fat and the dripping coming down, everything else to make it really good. Again, I did 2 pork butts, and I trimmed them up as thin as I could. And I'm going to start stacking on this on here. I'm going to put a piece of another pineapple at the top, and then we're going to get it out on the grill, and I'm going to smoke it for a little bit. I'm going to throw some hickory chunks in there. I'm going to run it at about 250 for a little bit. I'm going to get a little smoke flavor into this. I don't want it to overpower the marinade, but I want to put a little smoke on it to add a little extra flavor, so I'm going to do that too. So I'm going to start stacking. I got it at 250 degrees. Got the smoke going, the hickory smoke. You can smell it coming out. Let's take a quick look at it. I just put this on not too long ago. All right, I'm back. I've cooked the tacos El Pastor. I have a special guest here today. We got the spread hanging out here. This is Matthew Russell. He is a 20-year Air Force veteran, and he just started terminal leave. He's been stationed at Little Rock, Arkansas, Ramstein Air Force Base, Offutt, Nebraska. and then Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. He's a hydro troop by trade. He's worked C-130s. He's been on the KC-46 program at Wright-Pat at the program office. What other airplanes you worked on?
And then at Offutt, I was with the RC-135s.
RC-135s, reconnaissance spy planes. So, all right. Hey, I got to make the street corn, the Mexican street corn or elote. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make the tacos. But while I'm doing that, we're gonna sit here and talk to Matthew a little bit. I got a couple beers in front of him. He's gonna do a blind tasting. There are 2 Mexican beers. I have never had one of them until tonight. I'm not drinking that one right now, but I'm gonna let him taste those a little bit while I go ahead and tell you how you make the street corn, and then we'll talk about the beers after I get done. So,
all right, sounds good.
All right. So for this street corn, you're gonna take some mayonnaise and you're gonna brush it on all the corn here. So Matt, what do you think now that on got a little string left there, on your next job, you'll have to worry about what you have to wear every day?
Right? I haven't had to worry about that for 20 years. And I told the wife, I was like, we're going to have to go update the wardrobe and stuff.
So you've been wearing the old BDUs, or what do they call them now?
OCPs now.
OCPs for 20 some years, and now you are going to have to wear civilian clothes.
Yeah, slacks, a polo. I got the polo started now. So
have you tasted any of that yet?
Not yet.
All right. So this is salt, pepper, and some chili powder, and I'm going to sprinkle that all over it. Oh, I did forget something, and I got to grab it. I'll grab it here in just a second. You don't know until you Dano. So we got some Dano Spicy. I wanted to try this. I see a lot of his stuff on the old YouTube, so I wanted to try this. I want to sprinkle this comes out kind of fast, so let's sprinkle just a little bit on there. This has got cayenne pepper, some lemon and orange zest and stuff in it, so it's going to make it kind of bright tasting. All right. Let me grab a towel real quick. I'm going to grab... I knew I was forgetting something. I don't know if I can find it. I gotta have it.
What are you looking for?
The cheese.
A few moments later.
I forgot the cheese, the cotija, I'm going to say it wrong, cotija cheese. So we're going to sprinkle that all over the corn too. So Matt,
Yep.
after 20 years, tell me what one of your most interesting stories you have, and if it is interesting, make it PG.
Yeah. So in preparation, I kind of thought about that. So I'll share the one when I first got to the program office. I ended up having to take over for Derek Monroe as the hydraulic SME, and I had to brief General Richardson. He was a 1-star at the moment, at the time, about me needing to spend like $5.4 million. First time ever briefing the general or anything like that. Like I said, maintenance background, so I was extremely nervous. And in the room, because he was still the SPM for KC-46, was Colonel Newberry at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I got so nervous when I was up there briefing that I called Colonel Newberry, Sergeant Newberry.
Oh!
In front of the room with everybody in there.
And that was your first brief?
That was my first
brief. And you're
brief.
just new to the program office?
Yep, to the general. I've been there for like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And he handled it very well.
Yeah.
He kind of gave me that deer in the headlight look of, what did you just say?
Yeah.
And then we just carried on. And then at the end of it, I was like, I am so sorry, sir. I was like, if you couldn't tell, I was extremely nervous while I was up there talking. And he's like, no, it's perfectly fine.
Do you like onion?
Light onion.
Light onion, okay.
Yeah,
How's that? Is that good?
that'll work.
All right. I like a little crunch, so I like a little extra onion on mine. So, after 20 years, were you ready to retire? A little cilantro?
Yes. Oh, yes, please.
All right.
Yes, it was. Honestly, I was a little nervous if I was to go back to a maintenance unit because so much has changed since I've been off the line for the last 6 years. I don't know, it's almost turned into an Air Force that's not for me right now. So it's one of those things where getting out while I'm here at Wright Pat, because the family absolutely loves it here, was the best decision to make for myself, for the family. So that's what we ended up doing.
Let me ask you something. Would you be where you're at today if it wasn't for the Air Force? I know I wouldn't.
No,
Right.
Nope. So even in the Air Force, I don't think if I came to Wright Pat, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I was one of the ones where I wanted to be the crusty old master sergeant out turning wrenches on the day of my retirement.
Yeah.
That changed when the Air Force said I'm going to go work acquisitions 6 years ago. But yeah, if I would have stayed in my hometown or even close to upstate New York where I'm from, I think we'd be living a very different life than what we are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely glad we made the decision to join and leave home. But
All right, these tacos are about done. Got the corn done. We're gonna plate these up here. How's those beers coming along? Do you like it?
so they're probably the Bud Light version of Mexican beer.
Yeah.
I like a lot of IPAs and stuff, a lot of stuff with flavors.
Well, yeah.
They're a little bland as far as a beer goes, for my personal tasting anyways.
Yeah.
But neither one of them are bad. I mean, I'll definitely finish them both off, but
Yeah. Not your cup of tea?
it's beer, so it's definitely my cup of tea, but I don't know, a little bit more of a fan of something more flavorful.
Taking these off. Yeah.
But maybe,
Well,
maybe with a lime or something like that, it might.
You got a little lime right there.
Yep.
You can put it in your beer if you want.
It might add a little.
You got a little piece
flavor.
of.
That'll work too.
Got to do one more thing.
I'll just actually.
I forgot the
drop
crema,
one of these.
so I'm going to put the crema on the corn too. All right. So, real quick though, before we get in here, I'm going to do a real quick screenshot of that. Look at that. Look at those tacos. Look at that corn.
I was going to say bring it.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up there a little bit there too. So, all right. It was a long day cooking. Rain was coming in and out, thunderstorms. I got the little canopy out there, thank goodness. But finally got it done. Man, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for your 20 years of service to the United States Air Force, the United States itself. I appreciate that. So real quick, which one do you like the best?
I'd say probably the red.
You like the red? That's the one I have never had before.
Yeah.
And it is called Victoria. Have you ever heard of Victoria?
I have not.
So I've never heard of it either. And then this one is kind of one of my favorites. I do like a lot of Mexican beers, but this is Pacifico.
Okay.
Have you ever had Pacifico?
I've had Pacifico before.
Okay, so.
The lime actually does help a lot.
Oh yeah. So, well, the lime's there too, to put on the old tacos.
Yep.
And I'm going to do that right now. I'm actually going to squeeze a little bit on there. And you know what? I keep forgetting stuff. You're supposed to put a little cilantro on your corn too. You can put some on there if you want.
Might as well go all out with it.
There you go. So, we'll do some more lime here real quick. And bon appetit.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Definitely.
Here. Cheers, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
Definitely appreciate
Thanks for
it.
coming. That's pretty good when you've been outside cooking. So let's dig into these tacos. Another thing I forgot was napkins. I've done that on more than one video.
Thank you.
Man, that meat came out really, really good.
Yeah.
I put some hickory chunks down there for the first 45 minutes to an hour and kind of smoked it. So you can taste that hickory in it. The chilies bring a very smoky flavor to it as well. You've got the chipotle in there and the adobo. You have ancho chilies in there. You got guajillo chilies in there. You got a little bit of clove in it. And a little bit of clove goes a long way. So, but that meat came out really good. I'm really surprised how well it came out. It tastes great. I'll let you be the judge of it.
It's seasoned very well. The meat's still really moist too. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, but not too much.
It does have a little heat to it.
Yep. The pineapple though, that mellows it right out. I mean, it's delicious.
I thank you for that because it's always kind of scary having somebody come over that you've never cooked for in front of before. And no, I appreciate that. I'll definitely do this again. Best way to do it is have those tortillas there, and when you're slicing it off, just throw your stuff on it right there and eat it, right? So the one thing that I will say is I will use a meat slicer next time. I cut the pork shoulders with a knife, and it was a little bit more difficult than what I thought. I do have a meat slicer next time. I'll do that, get some consistency in the cuts. But these are really good tacos. Give it a shot, give it a try, and make some El Pastor tacos. Now it's on to the corn. I've never had this corn before. I've never put mayonnaise on a corn before. Have you ever put mayonnaise on corn?
I have not.
And this is the best thing to eat on camera. It's corn on the cob. So apologize now if it goes like all over the place or you hear a bunch of crunching, but I'm going to try this corn. You got anything in your teeth? I think
Right, probably. I think we both do.
What do you think of that?
Again, really good.
Did I over season it, or is it?
No, I think it's perfect.
Can you taste the Danos?
You can taste the Danos.
Yeah.
Like you can taste everything individually.
Yeah.
Like you get the cheese at the end. I don't know what the white sauce is that you put on the
crema.
top.
Crema. It's Mexican crema. It's like a sour cream, or it's a cream sauce.
You lose the mayonnaise with all the other flavors.
You kind of do, don't you? Yeah. It helps bind it, right? So, man,
it's really good.
I gotta take one. I gotta take one more bite real quick. I think I did get a little too much touch of salt in it, a little too much maybe. Maybe on mine, maybe not on yours because I was dashing it on there. So we had tacos El Pastor, we had Mexican street corn, we had Pacifico and a Victoria. I can't thank you enough. We're gonna sit here and enjoy these and talk a little bit more. Appreciate everybody watching the channel. Like and subscribe. But most importantly, thank you, sir, for your 20 years of service to this country.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Everybody, we're out. We'll see you on the next one.
All right. Take care, everybody.
That's it.
This is really good.
Good. I'm glad you like it. You gonna make it? I'm just trying to make it. It's not hard. Watch the video.